It's my pleasure to introduce my guest today, who's truly a remarkable modern Renaissance woman. From flying planes at the age of 16 to mastering classical Indian dances and painting under renowned artists, her life is a captivating journey through diverse art forms and holistic knowledge. Her background is a tapestry woven from the threads of cultural heritage, traditional cooking, and a deep understanding of the healing properties of herbs and spices. With such a multifaceted background, it's an honor to have Uma Swaminathan at ITV Gold Studio today. Welcome, Uma.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you, of course. And here are my questions just for you. You've pursued a diverse range of art forms from flying planes to classical Indian dance and painting. How have these experiences and your life journey so far shaped your holistic approach to healing?
Okay. Well, even from a very young age, I was very driven. And being so driven, when I was in Chennai, India, as a young girl, maybe 7, 8 years of age, I was, doing poetry reading and things like that. And the school was so fascinated that I started doing every Sunday All India radio program at a very young age like that. So it is something I guess I was born with, or my parents, especially my father, was very instrumental in guiding me and my other siblings, into this kind of.
Share a specific experience or moment that made you realize the profound connection between ancient remedies and modern medicine.
Well, it was right, from that point on, I figured that one of my main thing must be to study about herbs and spices. So, I got my certification in herbology and then anthropology, which was cross-cultural studies. When I was studying about Southern India, I learned so much stuff that why they were doing certain things, the way they do. Everything
You mean in the cooking process?
Everything is intertwined. What is intertwined is the yoga, the cooking process, and the rituals. The rituals and the food. So the food is about everything, right? I mean, food is energy. And that energy, we cannot consider a stomach as a garbage can.
Of course.
It has to be a temple, a sacred place to put sacred items into it. And that's what I was learning that these people were doing. They didn't use too much oil. They never used, bad ingredients. Like every ritual was dedicated to the seasons with the right kind of food that was created at that time and made in such a way that they were not deep fried or too oily and things like that. And of course, vegetarianism. Those days, everything, the vegetarians did have the milk products and all of that. And I also, was a vegetarian, so I had milk products and enjoyed actually very much so what my parents, my mother was making. And I learned from her how to make some of these things as I was growing up. And of course, after I got married, I wanted to try those things out. And I'm now studying anthropology, studying more about the culture. So, and then it occurred to me that all this has to do with the, the prana, the prana, which is the life force. Okay. And the life force is so connected to the universe. And since it's connected to the universe, the very interesting thing is the very word Reiki comes from that, right? Ray is like almost the rays of the sun, the energy, the universe, that's what it is. And Ki is the energy, okay, the universal energy. So I got into that right from that point on. I started figuring out, okay, this is what the people are doing when they are invoking certain things through a certain art. They are invoking the energy. When they are doing certain festivals, they're invoking the same energy. It is to energize yourself. And right now we are going through the Navaratri time,
Right.
and the Navaratri is so related to that.
Oh,
Now
it
this is to empower the women,
Mm-hmm.
and the women, how related to Shakti, the Shakti, the power, the energy, right? And she takes so many different forms, the 9 nights.
Mm-hmm.
And each has a very specific meaning. And for each of that, what are we doing again? For each day, you're telling the young people, the girls, mostly it is a women's festival. So you're telling all the young girls, the children, that when you do this, you become strong. When you do this, you become very powerful. When you do this, you have, self-confidence. So for each day, that is what is being built up.
Your book, Herbal Transformations, Ancient Wisdom Revealed for Health and Longevity, delves into ancient wisdom for health and longevity. Could you tell us about a particular herb or spice that has had a profound impact on your life? Is there one herb or spice that stands out as exceptionally versatile or powerful in its healing properties?
Well, that is a difficult one because there are so many herbs that really stand out. So instead of one, maybe I can give you two. One is, of course, turmeric.
Turmeric.
Turmeric is versatile. Everyone knows about it now. Say 10 years ago, they was just discovering. The Western people were discovering there is some value to turmeric. But the Eastern culture, especially in India, everyone knew turmeric was the goddess. Okay, with turmeric you can really, do so much. It's antiviral. So, people used to rub it on their skin, so their skin is all nice and clean. No germs can attack, and they consumed it. And I wanted to tell you one more.
Of course.
And that is, of course, Tulsi. And Tulsi is not very popular in the Western world yet. But Tulsi is one of, again, Tulsi is the goddess. We pray to Tulsi. We go around Tulsi, and pray. And that is because Tulsi has so much power.
Your work in cultural studies and holistic health has taken you on a fascinating journey. What's the most surprising or enlightening discovery you've made during your cross-cultural exploration of indigenous herbs and spices?
Throughout the world, they have, these kind of herbs, spices that are very valuable. And the Native Americans have used it over here. And some of them are hallucinogenic herbs that are very valued at some point. Like, in South America, even Mexico, the Native Americans, they believe in a herb called ayahuasca. And ayahuasca is supposed to really build, when you take it correctly and with the right person guiding you, and then it's supposed to, bring your third eye open. And similar to that we could, in India, which we do actually practically take all the time, are the nutmeg and saffron. Saffron and nutmeg, the combination is amazing. It's, when taken the right amount, it becomes hallucinogenic.
Uma, Dancing Water Reiki Center in New Jersey is a significant part of your journey, and you're also a Reiki Grandmaster. You work with patients dealing with various illnesses, including cancer. Talk about your journey as a Reiki Grandmaster and the transformative healing experience from your Reiki practice.
Okay. I'm glad you asked this.
Of course.
Because there are many Reiki masters. First of all, let me define what a Reiki Grandmaster
Yes.
is. Reiki Grandmaster is like having achieved an MD in medicine. Okay, it is the topmost degree anyone can get when you're studying Reiki, and Reiki is basically a healing modality where you just use your hands as a healing tool to heal people, energize people. And it is not just simply energizing with your hands like that, which many people misunderstand Reiki to be, because Reiki, in that modality, you have to know the chakras of your body, you have to know about your auras, and you have to know how each chakra is connected to the different organs. Now, another fallacy about the chakras is that they think that it's all inside your body. They're not. Just like the endocrine glands that are invisible, chakras are invisible, which is just in the first layer of your aura, attached to your body. So it is outside of your body, but in the first layer of your aura. That's where it is. So now, since we know that these are connected to the organs and the endocrine glands, which actually from this different points of your body spread out everywhere into your body. So that's the reason why you just have to know what the chakras do and which organs they are connecting, and why, if they're connecting to these different organs, then when you're doing the healing with your hands, you have to first clean the chakras, make sure that the chakras are being energized, and through the chakra, you're also healing the person.
Oh.
So it's a multiple ways of doing something.
So you're basically healing the chakras for anybody.
Right, healing the chakras
Ah.
when you're trying to heal a person for any specific problems. If a person had stomach issues, then you're going to be healing, not only your third eye. Third eye chakra is right here, Agya chakra, and then your Swadhisthana chakra. So the chakra here and the chakra here, you have to heal both the parts in order to heal your stomach issues. When I am doing this healing, I'm a little different from other healers over here. Most of them have just learned, the basic healing that we all know that, a gentleman named Dr. Mikao Usui is the one who really popularized Reiki. But he had gone to India to learn some of these things before he even went to a mountain to meditate for 21 days. And suddenly, he got all of this knowledge. And then he came down, and just like Jesus Christ, he started healing people. Right? Now, he was in India first. He learned this technique from India. So now, I'm saying, when I did my anthropology and I studied, right, I knew there was a uniqueness there. And I was able to tie these two together to see how this the Reiki modality which Mikao Usui is spreading, and what I can do which can connect to some of these things. So I have my own personal secrets.
Wonderful.
That I use, and these are not just just like that. It is a proven one, the proven thing that you can draw from here, proven things from seeing the deities. How what they've been doing. If you notice, all the deities in India will always have this one hand,
Right.
showing like this, just surpassing the energy, right? That's what it is doing.
It's giving the blessing basically, right?
The blessing, and the blessing is
Energy.
energy blessing.
You're the Vice President of the Association of Indians in America, NJ chapter, where you work towards uplifting and empowering women who are survivors or victims of domestic violence and abuse. How do you see the holistic healing intersecting with the process of empowering these women?
But that is very, very very valuable for these people, because if number one, they're going through a lot of depression because of what is going on in their life. And so now you just need to learn more about, specific, whatever the issue is with that person. You have to know about that person's personality, that person's capability. Is that person in a job or no job, have children, parents, the interaction between all of that. That is so important before you can even do any counseling or healing. Because you have to do the right kind of healing.
True.
So in that sense, it is very valuable, and such people can be very easily healed by a Reiki master or a Grandmaster.
Wow, touche, of course. So you have helped these women in the past.
Yes. Yes.
And now they are better off and they are independent and
absolutely. Yes. Yes.
wonderful.
Another thing, what I do is people do call me from different regions. I sometimes, there are people from California, Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, and all. And in those cases, which are really very serious cases, I don't treat them, online or anything. It doesn't work. So I tell them that if they bring me in there, I will do the treatment right there. I give them 2 weeks, 3 weeks time for treatment, because I would have already got all their information that I know needs to be taken care of in this manner. So I've done that, and I treated someone with a Lyme disease.
Oh,
and that person is doing very well now.
Wonderful. So when they employ your services, are they taking regular medicines with your Reiki, or they just rely on your services?
Very good question, because what Reiki is a supplement to the regular, medicine. There are doctors, who are treating patients, and some of them go through certain medications, certain, process, maybe they have to go through certain, like chemotherapy or things like that. And in a case like that, when I am doing something as supplement, so the supplement will be where, I figure out, what would be the right kind of herbs, right kind of food that should be given to such a person. And also, doing the Reiki energy treatment and the location where the problem is, with the chakra healing. All of this is supplement. And that works along with either it is Ayurveda or allopathy or whatever. It does a miraculous job. It works so well.
You just mentioned there could be a problem with the location. So are you doing Reiki to the person or to the surroundings, or both?
Oh, well, no, I meant location in the sense that the distance, if a person is suffering from California and they call me, I'm in New Jersey, there are some Reiki masters who will say, okay, I'll treat online, like I'm here, I'll do distant healing. And distant healing is okay in certain cases, but it's not okay in all cases. You can't do that. So you have to be present. You have to be, either the patient has to come to you or you have to go to the patient.
Okay.
So, and I've gone to the patient in case where they were not able to come. And I've traveled throughout US for that purpose. Yeah.
You've organized multicultural shows that include various art forms. How do you see art and creativity contributing to overall well being and healing, both for the individual and the community?
Well, that is a very important aspect of our lives. You know, a life cannot be just work, work, work. It has to also have the supplement where, you know, you energize yourself with other beautiful things like music or dancing or painting or, you know, being in a band and performing together with other people.
Or flying
You know,
planes?
or flying planes. Yeah. So you have to have these other things that are making you happy. You know, when you're mentally satisfied, mentally happy, because you're doing something that you really, really enjoy doing, then that automatically heals you. It
Very
is a
true.
very big healing aspect.
Uma, you also get invited to medical camps, being a Reiki Grandmaster. Talk about that experience and something in the pipeline for you.
Yeah, Dr. Tushar Patel, he runs a health camp, and every month we do the health camp in one location or the other, and the hospitals participate because they give free blood test and BP test, and you know, even for diabetics, you know, diabetes test, you know, the A1C test and things like that. And interestingly, I'm also there with them as a supplemental therapist, and I do, you know, treatment. So I do, you know, something simple, you know, because, you know, there is not, I can't spend too much time with each patient who comes to me. So I make something simple,
Wow.
and, you know, we participate that way.
It's so interesting because science, it's not just black or white, it's becoming so inclusive.
So
I had the
inclusive.
doctor the other day who was talking about, you know, like blessings from God and including God into their science. And now these doctors, they're including Reiki.
Exactly. That's
It's so
what's very
inclusive,
interesting.
beautiful.
And it just so happens now, you know, I've become a partner with another group, and this group is Sleep and Wellness Center near Princeton, a place called Lawrence, and they have a huge facility where he's a medical doctor, and he does all kinds of treatments there, and they also, very interestingly, are what do you call as cosmetologists, like, you know, all that kind of treatment they do, cosmetic treatments. And they invited me and asked me if I would be part, you know, do the Reiki there. And so I've agreed to do that.
Wow.
So that's going to be a big thing for me because.
Where can we look up your work online?
Okay, online you can go to herbaltransformations.net and you can find me there.
Your unique perspective on healing, being a holistic approach, is inspiring. Could you share some practical tips for our viewers on how to incorporate holistic healing practices into your daily lives?
Yes. So one of the things that a person can do is, you know, every day before you start the day, just start with only 2-minute meditation. Because many people say, oh, I don't have time to meditate, or I don't know how to meditate, or I cannot sit in a place and meditate because my mind wanders, right? That happens all the time. So you start only with 2 minutes, then extend it to 5 minutes, and then extend it to 10 minutes. That's all you need, 10 minutes, the maximum, right? 10 minutes of meditation, calm your mind, and then eat a good, healthy breakfast, and then you start the day.
Is there a
And
mantra you're chanting when you're meditating or you're saying some affirmations?
actually, there is no need to do that. You know, the best mantra when meditating, of course, there is in the transcendental meditation modality, they always give you a mantra and you recite only one mantra. Okay, it could be just Om that you can say, or other little mantras like that. So, but normally, just not thinking about anything, just close your eyes and just, let it go.
Let it go.
That is the best mantra.
Okay. Wonderful. So, Uma, thank you for joining us today and sharing your incredible journey and wealth of knowledge. It's been a privilege to have you here, and I'm sure our viewers have found your insights both enlightening and enriching. We look forward to following your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nidhi.
Pleasure.